Hello? 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 Are we on? Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I am your host, Tyrannos Senpai, and welcome to a long overdue episode of Tyrannos Senpai Toy Reviews. Yay, we're back! And today, we're unboxing something really special. I'll admit this is actually take 2 of the video because my microphone wasn't on. Yay! But anyway, you guys, I'm excited about what we're going to be unboxing today. I really am. It's something special. Before we do begin, though, I would like to say that throughout history, we've gotten quite a lot of Jurassic World and Jurassic Park toys. We had Kenner, we had Hasbro, and now we have Mattel. They were all really good, except Hasbro. Obviously, those were the worst. Kenner was the nostalgic bone. We'll get to that. But Mattel, they've been doing a great job with making their dinosaurs. This is my epic roaring T-Rex, for example. It has a great sculpt. It has an excellent looking paint job. The action feature is amazing. A little bit of articulation in the head, the jaw, the arms, the legs, even the feet that are posable, so it can have balance. And then of course the twisty tail, which is also part of the action feature. These were some of the best dinosaur figures we've ever gotten up until this point. But recently, I feel like Mattel has been kind of not doing their best, in all honesty. If you look online, some of their sculpts have gotten a little lazy. Either they're repaints of the same figure with a different action feature, or it's a new sculpt with a different creature, but it's ugly as heck. And then we had like some figures where there are barely any paint and they have screw holes visible in the side, like the old Hasbro toys we despise. It seems like the glory days of Mattel are coming to an end, and that's kind of a sad thing because we as fans, we love the Jurassic toys. Mattel has done a great job when they first started, but now it kind of feels like they're slacking off in a way. I love the Mattel figures, but the stuff that's been coming out lately, I can't really say I'm too happy about it. The Amber Collection Velociraptors, for instance. This blue figure is amazing. I love it. But the other Raptors, Charlie, Delta, and Echo, they look nothing like they should in the movies. Especially Echo. She looks like she got the short end of the deal in terms of color, and her jaw is crooked. It's horrible. And then we had photos of the Amber Collection Juvenile T-Rex. Those arms are thick. He's hench. It feels like the glory days of Mattel have long since passed, and we're just getting these figures that are just basically cash grabs. And a lot of people are not satisfied with that, and I wish that Mattel would open their eyes and see that they need to listen to the public. But anyway, where does that get us? What do people want more than anything? The nostalgic feel of Kenner toys. My Mattel T-Rex is hard plastic. And this is another piece of official Jurassic World merch, but it's not Mattel. This is the Jurassic World Live Tour T-Rex, and it's almost entirely made out of rubber in every way. The problem is with this figure is that one foot is crooked, so it can't stand. Watch. Just like that. It's a great sculpt. I love the paint job. It could use a little more paint though, because this feels a little underdone. And the feet. How am I supposed to fix that? But this is the basic idea that people want to see. They want the real feel of rubber dinosaurs again. Mattel kind of did that with their rubber Mosasaurus, but that was really the only thing we got, really. And that's kind of depressing. I remember when I was a kid, I had a Kenner Thrasher T-Rex from The Lost World. I loved that thing to death until my dog chewed off its face and I had to get rid of it. Oh, that was horrible. It broke my heart as a child. I remember that. And that was the only original Kenner figure I had. I had the Chasmosaurus too, but I have no idea what happened to that. But yeah, ever since then, like, people have wanted rubber dinosaurs again. And today, we actually got one. It's not a Kenner figure, but it is something that was made by a fan. I opened this package, but it came all the way from the UK. As you can see here. I opened this box, and it is only full of styrofoam. Yeah, now, the thing we're unboxing today, if you couldn't tell from the logo, is from Marco Makes, who makes rubber dinosaurs based on the models that we see in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. And they are incredible. Of course, he's also left me a note that goes with the item we are unboxing today. Dear subscriber, thank you for purchasing this model. By doing so, you are contributing to my channel and helping it evolve and improve the quality of my videos and my work. I hope you enjoy this model, which was made with care. There have been many hours of sculpting and many years of experience and studies behind the making. Thank you for your support. Marco Makes on YouTube, Marco Cavassa on Instagram, and Marco Makes on Facebook. So you can follow all that. Anyway, Marco Makes specializes in making these figures, and this is a very special one because Marco Makes has only made 7 of these. Only 7. And I think I actually snagged the last one here. I'm not even kidding you. I legitimately think I have gotten the last of these. Not only that, but this dinosaur in particular is the last hand sculpted thing he's gonna make. I'll get to that one later because it's now 7 minutes into the video, I think. And I think I need to show you the packaging. I need to show you this thing because it's taken my breath away. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the RubberSaurs spitting Dilophosaurus. If you're wondering about the tears here, this is from the previous take I tried to do. Oop, the frill came off. But unfortunately, the audio once again wasn't playing. So I gotta do this whole thing again. That's why you can see all these tears here, because I opened the box and I tried putting it all back together. Don't you just wish that you had the first take, like, perfect? This box alone is amazing. It took my breath away when I first saw this. It was like, oh my god. I was speechless. Like, this brings back the nostalgia of old Kenner toys. The packaging, the figure, the logos, everything about this thing just tickles that nostalgia bone. Ah, my god. To start with, we got the classic Jurassic Park font for the Spitting Dilophosaurus Series 1 collectible rubber dinosaur model. And of course we got the RubberSaurs insignia, which I like because the bend is of the letters for the rubber, and of course the rough texture for the scaly skin of the dinosaurs that he does. And I don't know how he's done it, but he's recreated the box art from the original Kenner toys, like the red and the orange sunset, the black silhouette of the palm trees and the fences. I've only owned one Kenner toy, and that was from the Lost World. But I've seen photos of these boxes, and it just takes me back to those memories that I saw of these figures, and they're so good. I love them. I love them with all my heart and soul. But, yeah. And of course, we got the Marco Makes logo here, and all that stuff. Handmade in England by Marco Makes. Not suitable for children, for adult collectors only. You hear that, Kappa? You cannot take this from me. You cannot do this. And then, of course, we got some stuff on the back of a diorama of the figure itself. We got one without the frill and then one with the frill. Series 1 collectible rubber dinosaur model. Squeeze and release its sides while her head is underwater to fill. Then squeeze her sides to spray venom. And of course, we got some stuff here. This dinosaur paralyzed their prey by spitting venom. Small but deadly. And of course, we got some stuff here on the back I'm going to read out. Subscribe to Marco Makes on YouTube. Follow Marco Cavassa on Instagram. Like Marco Makes on Facebook. Support Marco Makes on Patreon. Purchase more figures on Marco Makes on Etsy. Handmade in England by Marco Makes. Special thanks to Sora Watanabe for adult collectors only. Again, Kappa, you can't touch me. You can't touch me. This is an adult collector's item. And this diorama does take me back to the old days of Kenner, when they would take the action figures themselves and put them in sort of this environment and show them what they could do and stuff like that. Now, in the original Kenner, we did get 2 Dilophosaurus from the original 1993 line, which had one Dilophosaurus, an electronic one with a detachable frill, and then a rubber one, not electronic, but it could squirt water. This one combines the elements of both of them. The detachable frill, the rubber feel, and spraying water. And that's what this figure is all about. So we're going to go ahead and take it out of the box. Normally, I would throw away these boxes, but because there's so few of these made, I think I'm going to make an exception, and I'm going to hopefully try my best to restore this thing to its former glory, if I can. And you guys, here it is. The RubberSaurs Dilophosaurus. Obviously, the camera's not focusing, so we're going to go ahead and try to get some close-ups with this on another point of view. So, before we actually talk about the Dilophosaurus itself, I want to talk about the accessory it comes with, and that is this frill. And oh my lord, this is beautiful. Look at the detail of this. This is as close as I'm going to try to get to the camera, but I hope it catches all that detail. Look at this. Look at this. All the little individual like wrinkles and lines and folds in the frill, they're all there. Look, you can see them all there. It's amazing. And then of course the jagged edges of the frill. Oh, you guys, I'm in love. I'm in love with this. This looks just like the frill from Jurassic Park. We got all kinds of colors. We got black, dark green, a lighter green, yellow, and of course reds for the flashing patterns there. This is the last thing Dennis Nedry sees before he gets killed off by the Dilophosaurus in the car. Oh man, this frill. And of course, if you could probably judge by the fact that how I'm bending this is made entirely out of rubber. And I just love the painstaking number of details that Marco has crammed into this frill. Look at them. That's so cool. And then, of course, it's not only the front that's been painted, but the back as well. He's got not as many colors as the front, but that's something you would expect from something like this. Like, you see all this color on the front, but not as much on the back, because that's not the part that matters, really. And you got, like, these black stripes outlined in white, and, of course, the black rim around the frills. It's so beautiful. Now, with Mattel, the Dilophosaurus, I feel like, was a bit lazy, because not only does the frill not come off, I mean, you could fold it, but that still doesn't take it away. But they printed the frill on the frill instead of painting it. You could see like the lines of the print on the frill. It made it look very obvious that that was not painted. That was printed. With this, it's all painted. It's all natural paint. Arteza brand paint, no less. It's high quality stuff. Oh, wow. You could definitely tell that Marco has put a lot of love and effort into this to make it look as realistic as possible, like it did in the movies. It's amazing in every aspect. I have fallen in love all over again for the Jurassic Park toys, and this was made by a fan. Mattel, you gotta step up on your game. And this is just the frill. Let's actually talk about the most exciting part, and I'm pretty sure the one you were waiting for the most, the dinosaur itself. And here she is, folks, and what a lovely, lovely Dilophosaurus this is. I have fallen in love with this sculpt. It looks just like the one from the movie, from head to tail. Dude, I'm shaking. I'm shaking so much. I am that excited for this thing. Oh, wow, look at this. It looks just like the one from the movie. I love the colors of this. You got like this bright green, kind of like a jade color, all along the body. You got white for the belly, white for the outline of the back, black bold stripes, the patch here on the eye, on the arms and the legs. Oh, it looks so good. And there's also paint in the mouth. It's pink, and the teeth are white. Now, obviously, the teeth it's just one stroke of the paint brush, because all the teeth are kind of like merged together. I'm going to try to get up close. There we go. There we go. Oh man. But still, it looks perfect. I can't fault this sculpt. It looks just like the one from the movie. That head, it's Jurassic Park. That's the only thing it can be. And then the frill has like these lines etched into it to indicate that it's like solid bone and not like skin or anything like that. And the individual like marks that Marco has made to make it look like it has skin. And the texture, it's not only rubber, but it feels rough and dry like a real Jurassic Park dinosaur should feel. And the individual folds of skin along the neck and on the side and on the throat to give it like a skin-tight appearance, like they do in the movies. Oh, it's amazing. And then we look at the back. He's painted the inside of the crests as well for the Dilophosaurus, which is something that I think would normally get overlooked in figures. But no, he's went the extra mile to paint the back of the frills, the back of the crest, excuse me, which is something that I don't think a lot of people would take the time to do, but he's done this. And I also like, if I can get the shot, there's a little white dot here in the eye and a little highlight in the eye. I'm shaking so much. Stay still, hand. And it just really makes this thing pop, in all honesty. I wish this eye was like glass and not rubber, but because of how small this figure is, it had to be a very, very, very tiny eye, in all honesty, and I'm happy with how that turned out, so I can't really complain all that much. And I don't really see any spills of paint anywhere. It looks perfectly detailed. Like, I mean, that gum over here, the part where the muscle attaches to the jaw, that might be a little bit of a spill, but that's really the only flaw I can see. The whole thing, from head to tail, is made of rubber. And of course, we got some flexible arms. They don't pose, which is a bit of a shame. I wish they could do that. And it's the same with the legs. But really, I can't complain about that. This is amazing. I normally don't collect figures that don't pose, like they have a fixed pose. This is why I like the Beast of the Mesozoic figures. But for this, I think I can make an exception and be totally happy with it. And also, we got some details like... Focus, camera. Focus. Come on, I know you can do it. We got some details for the rib cage. Look at that, the individual folds in the skin. Ah, it's glorious. And then the underbelly. We got some like details down there too. And it just continues all along the stomach. That's a really nice touch. I like this figure. I love it. Where have you been all my life? And then the legs, you can see like muscle tone like here, and I think right over here. And the feet. They're painted differently from the rest of the body. They're like a brownish color. And the toenails have been painted black, which is something that a lot of the Mattel figures nowadays don't have. And under the left foot, if you can see here, yeah, got it. There we go. I can't see any other brands on any parts of the body, but that's fine. And then of course we got the tail. It's super bendy, super rubbery. I wish there was a wire in here so we could like properly pose it, but what you gonna do? Overall, the sculpt of this dinosaur and the paint job is flawless. I love it. Now, I think we move on to the juicy bit and put the frill on the dinosaur. And it fits perfectly. Look at that head on. It's the Dilophosaurus from the movie. Now my question is, can this thing stand on its own? Okay, so it can stand on its own without the frill. But with it, it's a bit top heavy. But I think that's okay. I really think that's okay. But looking at this head on, that looks like the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park, the one we all know and love. No questions asked. Now, the thing with this Dilophosaurus, as I've said before, is that it squirts water. I've already filled this guy up with water, so let's go ahead and try it out. Now, the box said to squeeze it from the sides, like that. But really, if you want to squeeze from anywhere, squeeze from the stomach. And of course, this towel is to keep my table from getting wet. So let's go ahead and launch in 3, 2... Ah, look at that range. Ah, yeah, that's satisfying. This figure really does have it all. It has a good sculpt. It has an accessory, a detachable frill, which is something that was done in the past. It spits water, also something we had in the past. And this is the first time ever, I think, that we've gotten those two qualities together in any sort of Jurassic Park figure. This isn't even official merch, and it looks infinitely better than what we've had in the past. I'm not crapping on Kenner. I want to be perfectly clear. They've done a great job, but this blows the whole thing out of the water, in all honesty, if I'm going to be perfectly clear. And well, what else can I really say that hasn't been said? This Dilophosaurus, I have to give it a solid 10 out of 10. It looks just like the one from the movie. The frill comes off and comes on, which is something that apparently Mattel struggles with. It squirts water, again, something Mattel hasn't done. It's made of rubber. Mattel has done it, but only once. Really, I can't fault this. This is, by far, the most beautiful Dilophosaurus that I have ever seen in my life and probably will ever see. As I said before, Marco Makes has only made 7 of these, and I think I snagged the last one. They were sold out in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And I managed to snag one of them, and it is... it's incredible. And as I also said before, Marco is no longer doing hand-sculpted dinosaurs. This is the last hand-sculpted figure that he's actually ever going to do, because now he's actually working on sculpting these figures by a computer. He's already made a Allosaurus. He's made the entire raptor line. He's made all the ones from the movies, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World. He's made all of them. He's also making an Allosaurus, a Baryonyx, Gallimimus, a T-Rex. They all look so good. And the best part about these digitally sculpted figures is that they will probably be more numerous than the hand sculpted ones, because these take a lot more time than they do if you were to do it digitally. Marco has also made these busts of dinosaur heads. Right now he's only made blue. And he's also working on a Carnotaurus, a T-Rex. He's done an Allosaurus a couple times. And I believe he's also doing the entire Raptors from the previous films, which I'm excited about. They're really expensive, though. But he is gifted. Marco Makes has taken so much time and energy into making these figures, and I love them. They bring back that nostalgic feel that we had with Kenner. And really, that's all that I'm looking for in these figures. An accurate sculpt to the movie, a decent paint job, which this thing has, and just overall good looks. I cannot fault this Dilophosaurus in any way. I love it. And, of course, if you want to support Marco, check out his YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, subscribe to him on Patreon so we can keep doing more projects like this. Hopefully I can grab more of those figures, because I really like those Raptors. And, of course, I want to get that T-Rex, even though it's going to probably cost me an arm and a leg. But, yeah, I'm going to take really, really, really good care of this Dilophosaurus. And I don't really know what else to say. I don't know what else I can say that has not been said. I think I'm actually going to wrap up the video before I keep ranting on and on and on. If you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more Marco Makes stuff on the channel, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe today, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything new. Link to the Discord in the description down below. And until next time, this is Tyrannos Senpai signing off. Alrighty then. Take care now. Bye-bye then.